What's up everyone, my name is Mike and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about the Mickey and Friends cards, the lenticular cards that have dropped on the VeVe platform. I actually picked up two of them. Leave your guesses in the comments what you think I picked up, but I'm super excited about these ones. Let's get into it. All right, first off, I talk about making a game plan and a price prediction whenever you're thinking about picking up a collectible, because at this point, I'm guessing that I'm not getting any drop and I'm guessing that I need to make a plan for the aftermarket. Typically, it's really good to base your price prediction on other things that are moving in the market based on the characters that you'll see again or other series that are similar. But this one was a little bit tricky for a couple of reasons. For one, there's not a lot of Disney content on the VeVe platform. We've seen the golden moments, which are amazing, but those are so much higher than other collectibles that it's tough to look at these cards and base a price prediction on those golden moments. And with these lenticular cards, I could look at that Steamboat Willie, which doesn't have a tag at all, first appearance or first edition. And I could take a look at that, but I think that one stands out so much like the golden moments. It's such an iconic to Disney. It's difficult to say that these lenticular cards will follow the same pattern that this Steamboat Willie did. But I think over time, these lenticular cards will follow that upward direction in terms of their pricing. It's just for the price prediction, I couldn't quite take it from a previous Disney drop on the VeVe platform. I had to think about this a little bit further as opposed to comparing certain new series. For example, like the Marvel Mighties. If there's another Marvel Mighties drop, we can compare it to the previous Marvel Mighties drops. Not to mention, these cards are the first card appearances on the VeVe platform. So what other cards can you compare them to in terms of a price prediction? It's so hard. But these are such iconic characters that I couldn't help but at least purchase one of them in the aftermarket. So really, I didn't create a price prediction for this, but I did create a game plan for the drop afterwards in the aftermarket. What I decided was I was going to watch it over a half an hour time period, because typically we see it come in waves. We see as soon as the market opens, fewer people have the actual collectible delivered to them if they got the drop. And we see people trying to offload and flip them right away. And this is typically a higher price than it will be, say 15, 20 minutes after, as more people get the collectible delivered and want to list it on the platform. Once more people get their collectible delivered after that drop, if they got the drop, they begin to list it. We see the supply go up, which means that the price actually goes down. Then we typically see lots of people start to pick up those collectibles. So we see that price begin to stabilize at some point in time as the demand and supply catches up to each other. And then we hit a point where that demand and supply starts to offset again. We might see the demand stay flat, people are still trying to get into them, or even increase a little bit, and we'll see the supply go down as less people are listing them, and we start to see that price increase. And we typically see this with really popular characters or really popular collectibles, so I figured that this was going to be what happens with these cards on the market, being that they're really popular characters in a format that we've never seen before. Not to mention the uniqueness of these cards being lenticular, so if you turn them in a certain direction, you'll see a different image with them. So each of them actually has two images on that front-facing card. And then when you flip them over, you see a signature of that character. All of that's going to add value over time, in my opinion. In addition to that, we also get a song that goes along with each character for that collectible. It's really incredible what these collectibles are and the future benefit I see with them in the future with VeVe. There's lots of talk on VeVe having games involved with our collectibles, and cards just make sense with a game in the future. That would be my first reason why I wanted to pick one up, at least. The next one would be the uniqueness of having a card, of having these characters as cards in a lenticular format with their signature on the back. The third one being the music that comes with them, and the fourth one just being popular Disney characters. So we got Mickey Mouse as the common. He's at 13,928 editions, and of course an FE as everyone else in the series is. We've also got the Minnie Mouse with the same number of editions, 13,928. We've got the Donald Duck as the uncommon, and he's got 9,999 editions. Daisy Duck being the rare gets 8,888 editions. Pluto as the ultra rare gets 666 editions, and Goofy as the secret rare gets 4,444 editions. Now, I was surprised, as well as I'm sure many of you were, that these were not first appearances. We've seen Mickey before, but we haven't seen any other of these characters on the VeVe platform, which makes sense that they would be first appearances, but they all got the first edition stamp on them. And now the reason why the Lenticular cards are FE and not FA, despite these characters other than Mickey being a first appearance on the platform, is that they are objects and items and they get an FE for their first appearance on the platform. But if these were collectibles, if these characters made another appearance as a collectible, they would get that FA as a first appearance collectible on the app. When it comes back to my overall game plan on the VeVe platform, where I put first appearances as the highest that I want to collect, and then first editions, and then everything else after that, it still makes my list of collectibles that I want to have. So that market opens after that drop. I obviously didn't get the drop, and I start to look at the one that I wanted to collect the most, which was the Minnie Mouse. Lots had been said about this Minnie Mouse leading up to it being such an important character. We've already seen Mickey Mouse. Minnie Mouse would be the next one that people would want to get, especially it being the common. So I was really keeping my eyes on the Minnie Mouse price, as well as flipping over to see the Mickey Mouse price. And in addition to that, I also wanted to get a Daisy Duck as the rare and a Donald Duck as the uncommon. Now, if I played it perfectly, I might have been able to get 3 of those 4. The Goofy and the Pluto were out of my price range, being the ultra rare and secret rare. So from time to time, I went in and took a look at their prices, but I knew I was out of the market of those 2. So I watched the remainder and I saw them being listed high. They dipped, they went back up, and I caught them on the way back down in that second run. Of course, I tried in that first run, but it was extremely difficult to get them. And I actually heard of people purchasing on that first run down, selling them on the way up, and then purchasing them on the way back down once again. So they were able to make profits and still have a collectible with them that they were trying to get. So on that second run down, it didn't dip as much as that first time, and I ended up getting the Minnie Mouse and the Daisy Duck in this series. So I actually got the Daisy at 540 gems, and I got the Minnie Mouse at 540 gems as well. Since then, we've seen their value go up into the 700s, even as high as 800, and now they're back down to about that 540 gem range. Where the prices are sitting at now, I actually would have been better off to get the Mickey Mouse and the Donald Duck in this series, which was my other 2 options. Only based on where the prices are now and what I could have got them at when I purchased the Minnie and the Daisy. Now, I kind of kicked myself about that because I figured that those were the 2 most popular characters maybe in this drop. Minnie Mouse is still a really popular character, so is Daisy Duck, but I do really love Donald Duck and I like Mickey. So those were 2 that I wish that I would have actually gotten from this series. Turns out I didn't. It's fine. I'll pick them up at a later date, possibly when the prices dip once again, but I'll ultimately keep my eye on that. Now, what's my plan with these? My plan is to keep them long term. These are now items in my vault that I'm going to keep over the years and see where those prices go. I don't plan on selling them anytime soon. They now enter my list of collectibles like my Iron Man gold moments that I have no plans on selling anytime in the near future. These are probably a tier lower than that Iron Man. Iron Man I'll never sell for the foreseeable future. These 2 cards, if they go up in price significantly, I'll likely exit my position and wait for them to dip once again, possibly in the future if I feel that's going to happen. But for now, for the short to midterm, I have no intention of selling these. I'm super happy that I got these cards. I see lots of upside with these cards on the VeVe platform and what will happen with them. I'd love to know your thoughts about these cards. Leave them in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of them and what your game plan is on them. If you were able to purchase 1, 2, or the whole series, leave it in the comment section below. Like this video if you enjoyed what you heard, the information provided in it, what my game plan is. If you agree, disagree, leave it in the comment section, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more VeVe content. Thank you so much for watching.